and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world. We're excited to share their story with you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see the killer whales working together in unison. These synchronized behaviors help strengthen their social bonds and allow them to problem solve as a group. This is just one of the many reasons why they are known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca. Their common name is killer whale, and our 5 whales have their own personal names. We have our 3 females, Takara, Sakari, Kamea, and joining us out front here are our 2 males, Kyuquot and Tuar. Kamea is the youngest of our 5 whales at just 8 years old. Her mother, Takara, is the oldest at 31 years old. Sakari is also the matriarch of our pod, which means she's the leader. These whales are restless. They take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry, or healthcare behaviors. Joining us in the slideout are Danny and Carrie to help demonstrate some of these behaviors.
Thanks, Josh. Hi everyone, I'm over on this side of the pool with 23-year-old Tuar, and he's currently demonstrating one of the very first husbandry behaviors that we teach the whales, and that's called a fluke present. Now, not only does this fluke present allow us to look over the whale's entire bodies, but it also gives us close access to the easy-to-see shallow veins that are located on the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians can come and collect a blood sample from these veins at least once a month. And as you can see, the whales are conditioned to remain calm throughout the entire procedure. During tonight's presentation, you might notice us offering the whales different types of massages. Killer whales have very sensitive skin, so this is a great way for us to strengthen our relationships with them.
That's right, Danny. Hey everyone, I'm over here on the other side of the pool, hanging out with the largest member of our killer whale family. This is Kyuquot, and I'm going to ask him to demonstrate another important diagnostic tool we have, and that's being able to collect animal weights. Once a week, we ask them to slide their entire bodies out of the water onto a killer whale-sized scale. Just as he's demonstrating right now. Now you'll notice that while he's in this slide out, that a portion of his body, from his dorsal fin on his back, down to his tail flukes, remains partially in the water. That area in his body is called the peduncle, and it contains some very large and powerful muscles. So in this position, we wouldn't get an accurate weight. So to solve that, we simply ask him to lift up his head and tail. And that's how we know that as of this past Tuesday morning, Kyuquot is weighing in at 9,540 pounds. It's important that we weigh all of the whales on a regular basis to ensure that the younger whales are growing properly and that the adult whales, like Kyuquot here, are maintaining a healthy weight. These husbandry behaviors help us to ensure that the whales are healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales and for us.
Hi everyone, I've moved down to the glass with Laura and our new friend, and Kyuquot and him are going to help us demonstrate how killer whales learn. They learn through observational learning or mimicry, which is kind of like playing a game of follow the leader. So they'll watch their moms and other whales to learn important life skills. Now we're going to demonstrate that to everyone else by having you play follow the leader with Kyuquot. Does that sound okay? Awesome. The first thing I'm going to have you do is take that arm, put it straight up in the air, and give him a great big wave. And look at that! He is paying very close attention to you. Killer whales are very curious animals, and we often see them spy hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better look at their surroundings. And with your help, Kyuquot's going to demonstrate that with a behavior called a sighting valve. So this time, we're going to take that same arm and point it towards the pool and then throw it up and over our shoulder. Ready, go. Nicely done. Kyuquot saw you and he's headed to the bottom of his habitat. If you come a little bit closer, you'll be able to see him dive all the way down before exiting right in the center of the pool.
Down on the other side hanging out with my friend Roland. And Roland, they're going to be talking about how killer whales communicate with each other. So they communicate in a variety of different ways, and one of the ways is actually by producing vocalization. So why don't you go ahead and show Kyuquot that first hand signal. Nicely done! Yeah, we can give a round of applause, everyone. Yeah. So those sounds actually come out of their blowhole that's located on top of their head. And like I said, the vocalizations are just one of the ways the whales communicate. It's also believed that by tapping different body parts on the surface of the water and jumping completely out of the water, that they're communicating by making their presence known. Because when they make these sounds, sound waves can actually travel 4.5 times faster through the water than they do through the air. So all of these sounds can be heard for miles and miles around. Now Kyuquot's doing something funny right now, so we're going to give him a second before we give him that second hand signal. Alright, Roland, ready down to the bottom and up and over your shoulder. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to watch him swim to the bottom of this pool. So come all the way up to this glass. You can put your hands on there if you want. You can see he is pumping those powerful tail flukes before exiting his entire body up and out of the water. Roland, come here. Roland and I had no idea that was gonna happen. Not at all. You know what? You have to have this great SeaWorld towel to help you dry off, and thank you for being such a good sport. Let's hear it from both of our volunteers, everyone.
As you can see, killer whales can communicate by leaping out of the water and making a huge splash. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many mysteries surrounding these amazing animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain in the wild. However, some information can only be gained with field observation. SeaWorld works with our partners like the Norwegian Orca survey to help further our knowledge. Killer whales are remarkable, powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate. communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tails.
In the ocean, killer whales create waves to hunt. They use fluke slams to stun their prey, and they can even reach themselves up and out of the water. For our whales, it's a fun demonstration, but for you, it's time to get wet! single day. Depending on where they live and the time of year, their prey can vary. Unfortunately, things like overfishing and pollution pose a serious threat to many populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals. It's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices
killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean. Limitless, connected, powerful.
But still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect. So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.